It's only natural for every music fan to hold on to a set number of artists that they cherish and hold close to their hearts. Whenever a new album of theirs is on the horizon, the initial excitement and buzz that emanates is impalpable, and the closer the release date gets, the more that excitement builds. But what if, after all that time, all that build-up, all those seconds, minutes and hours spent waiting, all leads to crushing disappointment? Then you have the 3 albums dropped by Green Day back in 2012. For anyone who grew up during the 90s, early 2000s, this punk rock group was a pretty pivotal part of their childhoods. One of the first introductions to punk that was made commercially viable, and a group that, whether you loved them or hate them, you always remembered them. However, the group never seemed to maintain a consistent grip on themselves and of their success, and after their last outing, which was disastrous to say the least, many people would be lying to say that they weren't at least the slightest bit intrigued to hear what was going to come from the band's newest release, their 12th studio album entitled Revolution Radio. Especially since the lead single Bam Bam was noted for being inspired by the recent slew of shootings in the US and taken from the perspective of a fame seeker who turns to crime in order to receive some sort of accolade. Is this the best album that Green Day has ever released? No. However, it's an infinite times better than the 3 albums dropped in 2012, and on a personal level, I find myself enjoying a lot from this project. As suggested by the album's title, it springs to mind the idea of rebellion, battling against a system that has wronged its people for far too long, and now it's time to stand up and be accounted for. And the titular track does follow that mindset, painting this picture of a system telling its people that they are to merely be seen, not heard, shut up and do what we say, which prompts our leads to ignite the flames of those who are sick and tired of bending over to the big guy, and calls for change to occur. Tracklist also deals more with the idea of youth and rebellion on tracks like Outlaws, engaging in mindless acts under the notion of being forever young, and Too Dumb to Die, which harkens back to a youth spent smoking dope and wasting away the hours with friends. But our lead begins to develop this lingering notion that his life must have some sort of direction and reason, that he has a cause in life, even if he's uncertain as to what it is exactly at this moment in time. Instrumentally, it's what you'd expect from Green Day. Standard rock tunes tinged with elements of punk that for the most part do their jobs rather well. Trey Cool on the drums is better than he's ever been, and the introduction of a few bass guitar lines offer further pleasantries that I personally wasn't expecting. Some of my personal favourite instrumentals can be found on tracks like Bang Bang, Bouncing Off the Walls, Outlaws, Revolution Radio and Still Breathing. All of them enjoyable rock tunes. However, my overall favourite has to be the almost 7-minute mini-epic Forever Now, which brings the album around full circle from the opening track, containing 3 separate musical pieces that fashion together a terrific penultimate song. Some of the standout moments on this album actually come from the most unexpected of places. The reflective and ultimately unimpressed stance of what the future has turned out to be track Somewhere Now, with its acoustic guitar opening, and the acoustic ballad Ordinary World, which ends the album, seeing Billie Jo questioning what would have happened if Green Day had never have happened, and how different his life would have been as a result. The album feels like Green Day harkening back to their American Idiot days, and I for one embrace it wholly. Great guitar riffs, songwriting that has matured and adapted to topical issues, and unlike Pierce the Veil's recent outing, which was borderline embarrassing and cringeworthy to experience, Revolution Radio feels fresh, and it's the group working out a formula of music that has worked for them in the past. I do feel that there are a few songs that do lack an impact lyrically, and these tend to be tracks that don't feel as expansive or ambitious, such as Say Goodbye and Youngblood, and there is a noticeable lack of memorable musical and or vocal melodies on some songs, but overall I'm very happy with what we've been given.